Just killing it today. It's Terrific Tuesday. I see we have about 90 shares on today's stream, which is a good number. Last week we hit 103, which is the top number we've ever reached in history on a real live stream. So if we can get a few more, that would be great. We're going to really get into it with former CIA analyst Bob Barr a little later, right after this segment. But Nico is literally jumping up and down, my producer Nico. You got to do the Project Veritas. You got to do the Project Veritas. You got to do the Project Veritas. John, you have to do it. Without any further ado, it's about 2 minutes. I think it's a great video, which you should take in, because this is really happening. And I'm going to sit back and have my dirty martini.
Let's see how Facebook likes this one.
Search, and you type in like Donald Trump, and it's like all negative. And when you type in Joe Biden, it's all positive.
Because it's skewed by the owners or the drivers of the algorithm.
It's skewed by the owners and drivers of the other algorithm. Like, so if I say, hey Google, here's $2 billion, feed this data set of whenever Joe Biden is searched, you will get these results.
It seems like they favor the Democrats. I'm like,
because we are in America. If Trump wins, there will be riots. If the left wins, they will be ecstatic.
This guy, Ritesh Lakar, a technical program manager at Google, is telling our journalist the truth about the company he has worked at for years. With the presidential election just days away, he is calling out his own friends in big tech.
I disagree with the corporations playing God and taking away freedom of speech of both sides, basically. So I'm like, you are playing selective God. Like, if it was squad, it doesn't matter, but for Trump, Melania Trump, it matters. And on the other side, Trump says something, misinformation, you're going to delete that because it's illegal under whatever pretext. And if a Democratic leader says that, then you're going to leave it like that, you know?
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you're not following one way or the other. You were just plain and simple trying to play God. When Trump won the first time, people were crying in the corridors of Google. There were protests, there were marches, there were like, I guess, group therapy sessions for employees.
wow.
Yeah, organized by HR. I can't keep doing this. Go and teach Chinese people how to do American jobs and come back and get surveilled on the way, and then...
Were you doing that for Google?
Google, Fitbit, these two companies primarily. Morally and ethically, I disagree. And I guess that's one of the reasons I feel suffocated. I feel suffocated at Google.
If you're an insider at a big tech company and you want to expose the truth and seek justice, contact us at veritastips@protonmail.com.
Crazy, okay? This kid, James O'Keefe, the founder of Project Veritas, he gets these people behind the scenes, undercover, hidden cams, and gets like real people on the record. These were actual Google employees in their tech and their algorithm department talking about how they're disgusted. And I don't know if you caught it all, but he actually said that after Trump won, there were group therapy sessions going on in Google by HR to try to console all the Google snowflakes who were melting from the fact that the orange man won. Orange man bad, snowflake melt. And Google was having HR sponsored therapy sessions for him. Google's gonna need like an army of 1,000 therapists in just about 2 weeks from now, because when Donald Trump crushes Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Antifa and BLM, Google may just implode, you know? And it's funny that, you know, they're always talking about white privilege, and, you know, anyone who's successful should know that they've been privileged to be white. And I feel like I've always thought this, that I'm privileged that however God made it happen, I was born in America. That's what I think the privilege we all got is, okay? American privilege. We were born here. Our parents let us grow up here and learn one way of life. We go to other countries, even the coolest places. Paris, France, Monte Carlo, Italy. I've been to every single place, okay? Half of them you can't even get an ice cube in your drink. You got to ask, may I have an ice cube? Well, the power in the town is very low, so we only have 2 trays of ice cubes available, and will be 700 pesos for 1 ice cube. Even the best countries in the world, they don't have the simple luxuries like us Americans have, okay? Plus, they all drive on the wrong side of the street and everything else. I don't know, Nico, are we American privileged or not? I mean, I think that's the privilege that we all got. Well, you don't know where you're going to be born. You know, when the universe decides that, you know, some pair of microbes join together, you're hatched. I think we're lucky that we were born in America. We could be born anywhere. You could be born in Somalia. You know what I mean? You could be born in the Maldives.
Maldives are pretty nice, but America's greatest country.
Yeah, and knowing your father, you probably wouldn't have mind being born in some other country if you didn't have that madman on your back.
Are you crazy?
Nah, I know. He's the best. I'm only playing around. But yeah, so just so you know, there were group therapy sessions at Google after the last election, and I guess that explains why Google and Facebook and Twitter and all the Silicon Valley execs have literally put their skin on the table, put their finger on the scale, and they're showing us now that they're for socialism. They're for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. They're for higher taxes, pack the court, remove the police, remove our trains, planes, and automobiles, get rid of fossil fuels. Those are the 5 things they are for. And the main 2, oh yeah, and here's the primary co-sponsor of the Green New Deal legislation in the Senate, Kamala Harris, disembarking her G5. And Dan Turner put this tweet out there: these green politicians sure love their private jets. For thee and not for me. And it's so damn true. Not for nothing. But you know, as many of you know, Palma DeChico McEwen said that Trump needs me on his team and I should be on Newsmax again, I think is what she's saying. And I think that's happening, so everyone stay calm. But I've been on Team Trump in many ways for a while. You know, I've told everyone on this show, I've had him on a million times. Roger Stone is one of my political mentors. And going back all the way to when Trump was thinking about running for governor way back when. Frankie was on the team and we were supportive of Roger, whatever he did. And, you know, I'm on Team Trump no matter how you slice it. You know, I was down at Mar-a-Lago in January, right before this freaking pandemic. I was on a good path right there. But, all right. We're going to have Bob Barr next. He's the president of the Law Enforcement Education Foundation. He's a former congressman from Georgia and a former CIA analyst, to get into this Jack Dorsey and Twitter blocking Trump's tweets and the sharing, and how the Judiciary Committee needs to stand up for your and mine First Amendment rights.